I wanted to talk about positive psychology and the movement of positive psychology recently that I have been noticing, and also it's been around only 10 years. The idea of positive psychology is being floated around a lot. It's heavily practiced and taught in big institutions like Harvard University, Stanford University, Penn State University, as far as what I know, and they charge a heavy amount of money, honestly, to teach this. Like these programs are not cheap; they're expensive. But also, like the whole idea of positive psychology is, I think it's horse shit. Like it's literally horse shit is what they're trying to teach. I can go in depth and I can explain you why that it's horseshit, because what you're telling people is that you can trick your brain to think positively uh, about any situation. So they're comparing a negative emotion and positive emotions, like it tricking your brain to think positively about anything and everything is somehow is going to solve all the problems. And they're catering to people who are unhappy, people who are looking for happiness. Like they're proposing that you can be happy if you trick your brain into positive, have a positive attitude about anything and everything, and you'll be happy. I'm like, are you sure about that? Because I'll give you an example. There's I can tell you. Okay, so what you're telling me is all the traumas that someone has endured throughout their life from their childhood. All of a sudden, you come in and you focus on uh, tricking your brain into positive thinking is somehow is going to take away all the problems, take away all the traumas, and they're going to start feeling happy. That is horse shit. That's why it's horse shit. So let's say I like positive psychology. What you're teaching people is to trick your brain, uh, and suppress all the trauma, right? Um, so that you can start thinking positive. You can start being positive about to have more positive emotion in your brain. Great, that's a good idea. You know what ayahuasca does. You know what drugs does. You know what alcohol does. Same thing, but it's very temporary. It's a temporary relief. And you know what new relationships does. Some of the marriages does. That's exactly what they do, right? It's temporary. And for you to push this agenda and narrative, and also like the government aspect of it, like why do you have government pushing this um, on a low key, like government coming out and talking about you don't need no money, you don't need no house or anything to for you to be happy, so you can be happy. I'm happy, like using all these influencers to to send this message through some sources. Like what are you talking about? Let's say um like I have all the like let's say someone has all the traumas, right? And you don't work on them, you don't go back and resolve. Like you think they're not, you suppress everything through like either drugs or bodybuilding or all these coping. These are all coping mechanisms. So you use all of these coping mechanisms to suppress all of that. You think you're not gonna have these traumas come right back up when you get triggered. They are going to. You are going to get triggered. You are going to have to face these problems, so you're better off going back and resolving traumas, or understanding what happened, and finding the root cause, and eliminating the root cause is what's gonna propel someone into positive emotion, than teaching people to trick their brains into to think positively. That's horse shit, man. Like, what are you talking about? And I'll give you I'll give you an example of let's say someone had the best example that I think that I could give. I have many examples. I don't know if I can cover all of these in one video, but like I'll give you some examples. Let's say I have someone has a narcissistic wife or a husband. They have suffered from that. The root cause is not like somehow you tell them, you go to a therapist or your psychologist, or someone starts telling you to think positively about the whole situation. Isn't that exactly what the narcissistic husband or a wife would tell? They tell the same. You're just being negative, you're being emotional. You just have to start thinking positively while they are emotionally abusing you, while they're doing crazy things to you. That is gaslighting. Like what you're telling me, positive psychology is literally gaslighting people, manipulating people. You're trying to manipulate the brain. Like, what are you talking about? Like, positive psychology is not gonna help people. It might help people who are mentally ill, like your narcissistic, psychopathic, all these people who doesn't want to take the responsibility or the accountability to go back and look at their traumas because they are incapable of self-reflection. And in this scenario, what you're floating is probably gonna help them, because they only, all the things that they do, they don't want to go back to those. I don't want no negativity. Did you hear that a lot about around? Like, no, I don't want no negativity. Oh no, like, oh, I would rather go drink, I would rather go hang out, I would rather not self-reflect. I'd rather not look into the things that I have done to others, the harm that I've caused, or the harm that was caused to me when I was growing up. They don't want to go back in, and they want to live in a delusional reality, and they wanted to disconnect from themselves, and they want to disconnect from reality, and you're just helping facilitate that. That's exactly what you're trying to do. And so also about the modern modern mental health, right? The government, what they talk about, like psychology is no one has authority over psychology, first off, right? It's a research, it's all done, it's there. All you have to do is go access some of the research that's done, right? And when government's involved in this, that's where my problem starts. Like, like, what's your interest in it? Like, you're trying to facilitate, like, what all these social workers and all these low grade uh mental health so-called professionals focus on is symptoms. Like, I have stress. Okay, oh, all right, let's see how we can manage stress. But what exactly is causing the stress? You're not focusing on that. Even psychiatry, like, they only focus on symptoms, not on the root cause. Like, that's why your good therapists and good psychologists who focuses on the root causes are your best bet in solving the problems. Like, example, I have peanut allergy. Like, I never had any peanut allergy. I know that I'm healthy, right? I go buy peanuts off the shelf from a grocery store and I eat them. It turns out I have gut issues because of eating peanuts. And I stopped eating peanuts. And then I went and bought organic peanuts. What organic peanut, like, I my health, like, I organic peanuts help me. Like, I can literally eating peanuts survive for the next 30 days. I have no peanut allergy when I eat organic peanuts. So the root cause, like, if you go to a gastroenterologist, like, like, you go, like a lot of things are set up to and like, it's not, they don't look at the root cause. Now, what did I have to do? I had to cut out uh non-organic peanuts. That's all I had to do, and I was miserable, right? And now I'm like super happy. Like, it's happiness is not, like, people don't have to be tricked to be happy. People need to help people to find the root cause of the problem. And that's how you eliminate, when you eliminate the problem, people know how to be happy. People are not stupid. Stop brainwashing people, right? And pandering to these narcissistic, psychopathic, sociopathic, all these mentally ill people who are in the positions of power, trying to tell you to follow some new thing that they have come up with, like I don't know. There's so much that I want to talk about on this. Like, it's horse shit, man. It's just horse shit. That's what it is.